So I took some notes because it makes me so angry. The last 2 times I did this, I was interrupting like every 2 seconds. And that doesn't help anybody. So, my notes and comments, and hopefully you guys see the problem a little bit more.
So, why wasn't I told? Because if I would have been told, and I would have been explained from a year prior when it happened, I wouldn't have had to do what I did because he asked me to call him. He asked me
both of it.
to call him.
And you know your son's autistic.
And I know my son's autistic.
Your son's autistic.
I do know he's autistic, but have you seen the news lately? With all the government and all the sex trafficking and the child trafficking, human trafficking through state departments? Have you seen that on the news?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's on the news.
Right.
You're supposed to
Sex
trust.
trafficking through state departments?
Yes,
That sounds crazy.
it does, but it's on the news. You can look it up.
Okay. News isn't always true, though.
RFK, point blank, stated it's all the way up to the.
I'm not going to talk about the.
Okay.
You're here about visits for your son.
That's right.
Okay, so visits have always been that you needed to get a hold of Mallory. Now, the other lady, Jackie, to set visits up.
And I have done that. I tried several text messages. I called her once and she point blank told me no. After that report was made, she point blank told me no.
After what report? After
When my son had me
when
call
you-
the law
okay.
enforcement, and my son revealed to a law enforcement officer what happened. He didn't tell me the details. He told the law officer. It's the officer that told me I need to have it investigated.
So this is an event that happened over a year ago.
It wasn't
And
an
why
but if
you
I
were
would have
told,
known.
I don't know, Stacy. I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't on the
So
case.
with that,
Could it be possible you were told and you just
no,
didn't remember?
no. How would a mother not remember something like that?
Okay. So anyway, the deal is he was in your care on an unsupervised visit. He had a mental breakdown telling you about what happened to him. Instead of taking him back to the people that he knows or calling them at least and finding out what's going on, you just took it upon yourself to make a mountain
I'm
out of
his
a
mother.
molehill, you know?
I'm his mother. A mountain over a molehill?
Yeah.
He reported rape.
Well, it was unfounded. Okay?
Unfounded.
Yeah.
I never was even given. If I would have been just told, I would have known how to respond.
Right.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
So why is it that we have to be punished and our visits have to go to supervised now after you reported that they were all
That's what
good
I'm trying.
visits?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Because the child, he melted down. He needed to be around people that know him.
I know him. I'm his mother.
But know him and the incident, and you never took it to that person to ask them, is this true? What's going on?
When I did it,
Jackie
law enforcement officer
or John
found out for me that it was happened a year prior by staff members. They found out for me.
It wasn't by staff members.
No,
It was a child on
no.
child. Okay.
It doesn't matter. They have to protect both those clients. They have video cameras in the facility. The people that are
I'm not
caring
going to
for my
argue with
child.
you about that.
It's not
Okay,
an
I'm
argument.
not. It's your
It's not an
visitation
argument.
you want to talk about.
Yes.
Okay, the visits.
But you have to consider,
Jesse-
okay, I'm his mom, and I'm
Jesse's-
doing in my job. I'm
Jess-
protecting him.
Jesse's people feel like the visits need to go back to supervised.
She told
Okay.
me it's up to you.
I'm not
Yesterday.
doing the visits. They are.
She told me it's up to you whether it's supervised or not. Jackie
Okay, well
told
that's
me.
fine. We came to an agreement they need to be supervised.
And what's the
Yeah.
reason? After you reported to the court that all visits have been good,
But they didn't go well with you.
they went well
when he
with
broke
me.
down.
Why? Because he reported a rape?
And you didn't talk to the correct people about it.
When
You
it's
should
on the
call his
news,
house.
call the house.
Yeah.
He was accusing them of knowing it happened and allowing it. And you
That's
expect
why
me to...
you know your child has
I know my
autism.
child.
Okay,
and that's how they get away
Why didn't you talk
with it.
to his guardian? Why didn't you call
He
me?
doesn't have a guardian.
I am his
You're
guardian.
not his guardian.
Yes, I am.
Okay, where's the papers? Where's the legal document?
I have the PC paper.
Can I have it? Can I have a copy, please?
I'll send you a copy.
I need it
Sure.
today.
Well, I don't have time.
You
today.
have time.
No, I don't.
You
I
came
have
into this
another
meeting.
appointment.
I
You
asked,
came
I asked
unannounced,
for all
okay?
the team members' names and
Uh-huh.
emails, and you haven't sent that to me
The
yet.
team was in the courtroom that day when you appeared.
There was a whole
Everybody
courtroom.
was in
A
there.
whole courtroom. They're all involved in the
Okay.
case.
Everybody on the team was there.
When
Yeah.
the President of the United States is saying that children are being trafficked,
I never heard the president say that.
yes, it's been on the
Okay,
news.
I
Look
don't
it
know
up.
where you're getting your news. Okay, but this is
CBS, NBC,
Okay, I'm done.
and you reported before that the visits were well. I'm his
They
mother.
were going well, yeah.
Yes, I'm his mother. And if your child reported a rape to you, are you going to go to a facility and see if it was done correctly? Are you going to trust that?
If my child reported that to me, I would call the person in the house that's supposed to be caring for him. To find out about this allegedly rape thing.
The alleged rape.
Yeah, to find out about that.
My son looked at the law enforcement officer and told him what happened, and later told me he was dick fucked. And he did this with his hand. And you mean to tell me I'm supposed to entrust that the facility that failed to protect him in the first place is going to give me the correct answer?
It never happened.
How would I have known? I might have known and might have been able to understand a little better if I would have been communicated with. You failed to communicate with me, or whoever, whichever worker, failed to communicate that with me.
Well, I apologize for
Well,
that.
now we're being
There's
punished.
nothing I can do.
It's toying with my son's mental and emotional health and breaking his spirit. He asked for that worker on the phone, on a call, if they would come and talk to me. He asked them to set up a visit. They are ignoring him while I'm on the phone with him. I'm telling you, you need to look into it. My other daughter reported that they hit her. And that's why she moved. Because they were hitting her.
Jesse's in a good place. We're not going to disrupt his placement.
He's coming home.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. You can't say that he can't come home.
Yes, I can.
How?
Because I'm his guardian.
What is your reasoning and your reasoning for him not coming home? Because I'm parenting him, and I'm mothering him, and I'm protecting him.
You can't take
You
care
failed
of
to
him,
protect
Stacey.
him. I can care for
No,
him.
you can't.
Tell me why. What's your
Just
reason?
like you couldn't take care of your other children either. Okay?
Because of things like
This
this.
isn't the first rodeo with you.
Okay, with me.
Okay?
Okay, yes.
And you know that.
I am completely capable.
Well,
And
the
I'm
court
willing-
sees that you're not.
The court
Okay.
does not see that.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yes, in September, we'll terminate. He'll go into adult guardianship.
You can't terminate on a 21-year-old.
And he'll have, Children's Division.
You can't terminate my rights.
21-year-old.
They would have been terminated a long time ago if they could terminate.
No.
Yes.
It's a natural progression.
No.
When kids turn
He's AFLA.
21,
He's not eligible for termination of rights. My rights has not
I'm
been
not even
terminated.
talking about termination of rights. I'm talking about Children's Division terminating guardianship. And he will be with a public defender.
So you're telling me
guardianship.
I'm protecting my son, and yes, he's autistic. All the more reason why I should have law enforcement look at it. Because he doesn't have the voice to prove that the staff weren't involved. He doesn't have that voice. So an outside
The
agency
police
needs
do.
to.
The police found no staff was involved in that case.
But if I would have been reported that, if I would have been given that information, I would have been in the loop.
Well, Stacey, I don't know what to say. I don't know.
I don't know what
I'm
to
not
say
going to
either.
tell you what you want to hear because I don't have the answers.
You don't have the answers.
No, I don't.
You're not a mom? If your son came to you and told you he was raped, are you going to trust the facility?
I'm asking you to leave it.
Okay, thank you.
So, first of all, she doesn't even know anything about the State Department. So the State Department actually sent me this. This is the 2020 Trafficking in Person report that they do every year, by the way. And it gives all the values for all the countries that depend on us, and we expect them to fix human trafficking. But we won't talk about that anymore right now. That's a long topic. Anyway, she obviously doesn't even know the government she works for. Law enforcement. So, in their training, I actually have a video going over this. In their training, and this goes for every state, okay? This is through the capacity building. It used to be. We got their contract canceled. But they have been teaching law enforcement agents that when a report comes through, and if it's a child already in a facility, most likely it's not true because they're traumatized and are liars. Period. So if a report comes in from a stable home, it's true. But if it comes in from anything of not their home, then it's probably not true. So they don't even pursue the matter, investigate it, etc. And my only question is for Mom, when she did hear about this, I guess it was a year later though, so I guess she couldn't have taken him to the hospital. So I guess it's irrelevant. But anyways, so that was going to be a question. If this ever occurs, hopefully not to anybody else, but it will, unfortunately, till we get it all done and out and stopped. And all of them shut down. It's going to continue. Take them straight to the hospital as soon as you find out. Even though you know how hospitals are part of it, go to one out of the city, give them a different name. Who cares, right? Okay? Get medical evidence as much as possible. Even if it's a statement on the record to a doctor or nurse, okay? Just for your own sake, too. Protect you, too. So you don't seem like a crazy person to anybody, ever. You got that. And she really asked the mom, maybe she doesn't remember. What kind of statement is that? Okay, next. Issues with this social worker's response. So number one, she's probably a supervisor, is my guess, because she is in there to argue with her and debate law that she has no idea about, which isn't her job. She's not a lawyer, too. She violates many rights right there. No paperwork, arguing law about guardianship, seizures, all kinds, okay? ADA law, all kinds she's not addressing properly and has no legal education, obviously. Also, yeah, it's been a year, and that makes it okay? Seriously? Okay, so, that was an issue. And the fact that he's autistic, so he doesn't know the difference. I'm sure he goes to the bathroom by himself, so he should know the difference of if somebody's touching him inappropriately. And it wasn't me. The excuse, it wasn't me. That social worker shuffle is what I call it. It keeps anybody from ever being accountable for their behavior. Is the pointing the finger thing. So one will come in and sees the emergency worker, and whatever they say just carries on at a deference and through the courts, okay? And that turns out into clear and convincing preponderance from hearsay and deference. So absolutely no due process and absolutely no hearing. Juries, parents usually can't even talk. So I'm not going to continue on that. There's just, ugh. I really just wanted you guys to hear what is going on in there. They are not protecting anybody, including themselves. All right. Okay, so the claim of it being unfounded, etc., that's just based on hearsay and deference, which is irrelevant, and really, half of them don't even have education, as you see, let alone to be telling judges what to do with kids or vulnerable people in society. Sick. And 3 minutes into the conversation, since it was things that they didn't want to hear, okay? Mom came in there to ask them why they didn't say anything to her about her kid. For a year, she didn't know because she could have did something. And her response was, it wasn't me. Doesn't matter, it was your company that you're representing right now at this time. So you tell me in your supervising position what you should do. Not argue with the mom who's traumatized with the son that's traumatized that you're hurting. And then after it's reported, you get mom supervised visits, not anybody. I mean, like, come on. So you're going to retaliate against mom for having an issue with this, the rape of her child, in one of your facilities.
Might I interject?
Absolutely.
Isn't it the same, like, if the mother didn't take her kid serious while the child was in her custody, wouldn't that be neglect?
Yes, no, most of the time, yes.
Wouldn't they come in and say, you didn't take your
Yes.
child's accusation serious,
Yes.
they're removing him from you?
Yes, and more likely than not, they'll give the child to the offender because that offender goes to
And
services.
so now, you got a social worker being neglectful.
Right.
Who's going to take the kid from her?
Correct. Correct. Well, mom tried, at least it sounds like. Tried. And there's only so much you can do against these monsters because here's what they do. Don't they usually take a child from a parent if the child is harmed? Yes. But then they give the child back to the harmer and punish the one that did not do the services. They take that good parent away. Number one, because of services. That's how they live. They feed their child by taking yours, okay? I actually used to put my bridge stickers on their cars that said that. Anyways, it's true. It really is. And let's hope she didn't have any kids. But if she does, report her ass, because she's obviously a human trafficker. So I'm not going to go into any more other definitions right now because that's a whole nother video. I just want people to hear this can happen to anybody. If you want to hear more, and it's been happening for so long, look at Lance's story on my YouTube page, my Goddess of Kratos. Lance's story, okay? Big deal for me. World changer for me. Big story behind that one. Told me everything I needed to know about the pee stains on my carpets when I bought my house in Sacramento. Yeah, I bought a foster house, believe it or not. The one that was okay for foster kids, but they charged me, code enforcement, charged me for those things that they did there, okay? The additions that weren't permitted, etc. I was charged. Foster home is okay for them kids. So anyways, if you want to hear that story, it's horrifically true. In Sacramento, and please understand that they are the root of the inventory of the human trafficking around the world, and that goes for every country and every state. This is how they get children. They have pimped out teenagers in foster homes, okay? They have runaways. And then they have the Amber Alerts if you try to run from them. But they never will tell you that it's the parent running with them, trying to rescue them away. It's just a mess. And yes, we have a fix. Have faith. There is a fix without destroying it all. But there is a time limit. So please share. Because they have said it themselves in their training manuals. They want to touch every home. Police, judges, teachers, they want to be in everybody's life. That is their ultimate goal. It's in writing. Thank you.